So
No.
yeah, so now I can't finish it before the World Cup.
So we just went live.
Oh, good.
Welcome to the show that is sometimes known as Pickup Soccer.
What's it known as today?
It's got a little out of focus there. Tonight's episode will be brought to you by the good people at the First 11 podcast.
Yes, I brought this to you.
Yes, we want to discuss a little World Cup soccer madness. It's crazy. Have you filled out your bracket, Evan? Did you do your bracket?
I filled out one. I'm in I haven't filled out. I'm in like a weird bracket challenge actually with Kevin Goldthwait's brother. And super random, right? They're from Sacramento. But anyway, it's like a weird thing where right now I'm only have to predict the top two out of the group, and then once the round of 16 is set, there's a round of 16 bracket as well. But I put $20 into that, and I'm actually going to change some of my picks for my ESPN bracket, and we should do an AASP bracket. Yes, no, yes, no, yes.
You should, kind of, I guess.
Wait, is that the? Are you talking about the former Red Bulls defender?
Yeah. He does color commentary for Sac Republic FC.
I was gonna say.
Yeah.
The name is too familiar.
Yeah. So I'm in the bracket that's being led by Joel Goldthwait.
Do you also know Seth Slammer? Is that his name?
Seth Slammer? I think his name is Sunil Gulati.
No, the guy who used to also play for the Red Bulls.
Seth Stamler?
Yeah, Stamler, yes. This is Slammer. Sounds like a wrestler.
He's totally
it sounds like something, Seth. It sounds like something. I don't know if I choose wrestler as the profession, but, it's just me.
Are we going to go group by group? Is that how we're going to do this?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I mean, might as well.
Well, wait, hold on, though. Let me get my popcorn ready.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
I'm going to get my hand sanitizer ready. I don't know why.
Popcorn.
I can't log into my frickin' bracket, so I'm just going to have to wing it.
Peanuts. Well, let's look at Group A. Group A has Brazil, Croatia, Mexico, and Cameroon. This kicks off on Thursday, the first game. What do you guys think?
Go ahead, Evan.
What do I think?
Yep.
Well, I think that
Evan doesn't get to answer because he's eating popcorn. Jake, what do you think?
I'm not eating popcorn. What are you talking about?
I'm eating peanuts.
Oh, God. We're all going to assume Brazil's going to win the group, right? We're not going to argue about that?
Brazil's winning the whole thing. It's in the bag.
Brazil winning the group is the second biggest lock of the entire tournament. I'll tell you what the first biggest lock is later.
Okay, I like that. So we're fighting for second place. Do we think Cameroon is good at soccer?
No.
I think Mexico's going to go top of the group.
Shut up.
Chicharito.
The stupidest thing I've ever heard, Seth.
No, listen, did you not hear the Mexican coach? They're going to win the World Cup. And then Chicharito said that they're the dark horse. So
Chicharito is not starting either.
The Mexican coach is best known for his role in Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory as an Oompa Loompa. and I don't see him surpassing that level of success in Brazil. Just to be honest.
It's a tall. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. It is a tall order.
Don't.
Do you want my actual prediction? Is that what we're doing here?
No, I mean, yeah. What are we doing? Are we talking World Cup?
Yeah, let's talk World Cup. Let's talk World Cup. Let's do go through the groups and then let's make predictions for Golden Boot and other awards.
Yeah, I think Brazil is going to make it all the way. They're done. They're going to win the whole thing. So who's going to come in second is the real question.
No, let's talk about that later. Group winners, and then we'll go on to our winners.
Okay.
I got Brazil and Mexico, 1 and 2.
I also think that 2 teams from this group will advance. And I have Brazil as number 1, and I have Croatia as number 2.
I'm with you, Evan. I've got Brazil and Croatia.
Me too.
Mexico's going to fail.
Yeah.
Mexico will fail. Cameroon. If Cameroon makes it through, that might be the surprise of the tournament, right there.
It would have. I think they had a big stink. They had unpaid bonuses from the World Cup that they just settled right before they came. So I'm really not expecting a whole lot from them, except probably to play spoiler to Mexico by probably either beating or tying them and taking them out. on that
Unpaid,
first game.
unpaid bonuses. That does not sound like an African team.
No.
That can't be true.
There's a rule. I think every year there has to be one African team that has
least
an
one.
unpaid bonuses issue. I guess
At least
Cameroon's
one.
turn was
Is
now.
that a FIFA law? Is that a FIFA law?
It might be. I don't know. We'll have to ask Sepp Blatter.
It's definitely a bylaw of something. It's Sepp Blatter getting a whole lot of grief. Is everybody else screen freezing up, or is it just me?
Maybe I'm just eating too much popcorn, and that's why your screen is freezing up.
Okay.
I'm just so excited. It's like we're going to the movies.
Try
There you
eating
go.
more to see if it works.
There you
Eating
go.
more? All right, hold on.
Yeah.
Group
I don't-
B.
Wait, I don't know
Yeah.
if you guys are watching my screen right now, but here.
Are we allowed to
Oh,
show
sorry.
that in high definition?
I wish someone
Am
was
I in
allowed-
HD? Am I in HD? Because no one else
You
shows up on
better
HD.
not be. We're gonna get thrown off the internet.
Group B, Spain, Netherlands, also known as Holland in some parts of the Netherlands, Chile,
Yeah.
as we had the correct pronunciation from Jake on Top of the Table TV last night,
Yup.
Chile, Australia, which is pronounced Australia.
By the way, anyone who calls the Netherlands Holland might as well just say that California is going to get out of Group G, because that's like the stupidest thing ever, and it's the most common misconception. If you call it Holland, you're wrong. You're wrong. All right.
Also, anyone that doesn't call Australia the Kickaroos is wasting my time.
Like
Okay. Yeah, that's what they're called.
They're called the
Kickaroos.
Socceroos.
Oh, Socceroos, my bad. Yeah, the Kickaroos are the same. Whatever.
Kickaroo was a mascot for the Richmond Kickers.
Like, I'm more comfortable with calling them the Kickaroos than I am with calling New Zealand the All Whites.
Yeah,
That just
I mean,
sounds wrong.
Oh god, that's kind of weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
Spain,
Very comfortable.
Spain and Netherlands. That's what I have.
Really?
Yep.
This is
I-
tough for me.
I posted this on someone's Facebook status. Vote South America in 2014. Chile getting out. Second
Yep.
team. You can mark it
Yep.
down.
I don't think
Yeah,
so.
I'm thinking about that.
I don't think so. I think Netherlands are too good.
Really?
Yeah, man.
You know what? If who's the guy from Man United whose name I cannot think of at the moment?
Robin Van Persie.
If Robin Van Persie had actually been playing the last 6 months, I would be more confident in them. But he hasn't, so I don't know. I don't. I'm a big on the home continent advantage this year. So
They have,
Name-
Netherlands has the best diver in the whole world playing for their team.
Nigel de Jong.
Arjen Robben.
Someone name a Dutch defender. Someone name just one. Just one.
Oh, what's that guy's name?
This is my point exactly.
Yep.
By the way, I would have accepted the answer Gregory Vanderweel.
That I was thinking of Vanderveel.
Yeah. I also would have accepted Johan Cruyff because he sometimes played defense in the total football system.
yeah.
So we show our knowledge of the actual players on this on this show
Well,
tonight.
the
Thank you for
Dutch
ridiculing the
defense
whole
is-
thing, Evan.
Well, I'm just saying, it's like the point is that they don't have any good defenders.
They don't have a stellar
mean-
defense now.
No. I mean, just by caps alone, Ron Vlaar from Aston Villa is their leading guy.
But can you give us context, like how many caps?
24 caps.
Holy fuck! Sorry, that just came out.
And then they've
This
got
does have an
basically
explicit tag, so we're good.
everyone from Feyenoord and Ajax and some guy from Augsburg who's 30 who's got 2 caps.
They should have
Sounds like
brought.
Michael Parkhurst.
They should have brought Clarence Goodson.
Yeah, he's like Dutch.
He played.
He's tall. He's tall and white. I mean,
He
fits
played
the
in
bill.
Scandinavia for a while, didn't he? Let's go.
Uh-huh.
Wasn't it, what's that guy's name? Hesselgor van.
Oh, Jan Vesselgor of Helsinki or whatever.
That's it. That's the one.
Yeah, he was a forward.
Longest
Though.
name in football.
You may have thought he was a defender because he didn't score goals, but he was actually a forward.
Yeah, he was a forward. Moving on to Group C. What do we think,
That was
guys?
wonderful.
By the way, Jake, it's your job to keep track of see if we have any consensus picks because you're the AASP
chief
secretary.
statistician.
Am I the scribe? I've just only scribed mine
You're
down.
the
so I'll have to
statistician
go back.
and scribe.
Ever since you took our playoff picks for MLS that one time down, you've been our scribe. By the
Oh.
way, this popcorn is delicious.
You're a podcast historian. Why do you have so much popcorn?
Well, I was getting my popcorn ready.
Can you hold it up? I want to see how big that bowl is.
If
No,
it's pretty massive. I mean,
yeah. Is that your dinner? Is that what you're having for dinner? Dude, stop massaging
it's a
it.
snack. I bought some 39-cent macaroni and cheese from the store today, so because I go to this grocery outlet because Golazos there are 2 for $1, and I had 4 Golazos today, so I'm kind of amped on energy and like crappy food. That's why I'm making such good picks.
So you're doing very well in life, I see. Good.
I had to grade a lot of papers today, all right?
So Group C, Colombia,
Colombia, I like.
and
And the rest of it kind of sort of goes to crap because everyone else is more or less the same, I think.
Disagree. If you say the word, the team that starts with a G, I'm going to mute you.
why? What's wrong with Greece? They play very defensive.
I don't think Greece
Sorry,
is
just
bad.
Really? Name one player on Greece.
Oh, you're asking me for specific names? All I remember is that these. All
How
I
can you know
remember
if they're
is that
good or
these
bad if
guys
you don't know
play
a single
defense.
player on them?
John Stamos for Full House, or Megaopolis or something like that.
Was that Stelios?
Megaopolis? No, dude,
Yeah.
that's a robot in a Transformers movie.
Oh God.
Was it Stelios? Was that guy Stelios?
Just say Papadopoulos. No.
Hey, Evan, if your argument's constantly going to be name a player on that team, I'm going to constantly lose. Okay.
Okay. The answer is always Karagunis, obviously. You know Karagunis? I was the only player on Greece I know. Actually, wait. What about the guy who's terrible, the forward, Samaras?
I was gonna say
That guy
Samurai.
sucks.
Not terrible.
No, Samurai is on Japan.
He's a great second division Scottish player.
All right, that kind of proving my point. I know you did that on purpose.
Anthony Dorman.
All right, I've got Colombia, Ivory Coast. Ivory Coast just has too much talent. I really like the way Japan plays, but like Ivory Coast, Ivory Coast and Japan are even to me, but it's just the climate thing wholly takes it away for Ivory Coast.
Yeah, I had Ivory Coast and Japan going through.
Really, no Colombia?
No, I'm not going with it. I'm not playing that card. Colombia. Yeah, there's going to be blood and guts and death and veins in the streets if they don't make it through. But
And blow.
and a lot of blow. Yeah.
It's a good movie.
But how can you not vote South America in 2014?
I'm not voting South America in 2014.
Explain your thoughts, please.
I have 3 teams. I think 3. I have to double check. I'm trying to log in and find my bracket, but yeah, I mean they're all good, but they can't all be great, right? So I think there's talent across the board, and the law of averages is going to come out. So you have to go with. I think my picks were Brazil, Argentina, and Uruguay.
Yeah, way to be original, picking those 3 teams to go through.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I know. It's kind of like I went back to my bracket from 2012, saw where I went wrong, and then put those scores in.
Listen, I think Fernando Santos put together a very good team, which includes players like Costas.
Oh my, that was good. That was good. Did Jake tell us who's Jake, did you say who was going through yet?
I know I've got Colombia. I still can't figure out if I want Ivory Coast or Japan yet.
Flip a coin. Do it. Tell us the result.
I hope it lands on the side. That means Greece.
Just like in that one movie where that mouse was in that house. I forgot what it was called. You know what I'm talking about?
It's called Mouse in the House.
You know what I'm talking about? Where there was that mouse.
Stuart Little?
No. It was with like Lee Evans and like it was like him and his brother, and they flipped a coin to see who would get the bed, and it ended up on the side, and instead of reflipping it, they just shared the bed for some reason.
Sounds like Great White North with Bob and Doug McKenzie.
Yeah, I think that's what it was called.
Oh.
I'll go Ivory Coast. I don't have anyone from Africa. I don't think in the round of 16 besides them, which is, I guess, somewhat surprising.
Not really. I don't know if you saw Nigeria play yesterday.
That would mean I don't have anyone from Asia either, but that shouldn't be surprising at all.
Speaking of that, our pal Tyler Trent at Kit Collection, who's watching on YouTube, is chatting with us on Twitter, saying, I'm with Hank, but I also thought Netherlands was going to rock Euro 2012, and they only scored 1 goal. Excuse me, 2 goals, he says. And then he's saying if you're voting South America 2014, he says that means vote Asia 2022. Hope not. Or,
no, that's a fair point. But also,
vote Middle East 2022.
Isn't Qatar going to be one of the teams in 2022? Do we even expect them to get a point? Do we expect them to score?
I don't expect them to be in the event because I expect FIFA to correct itself and bring the World Cup back to North America.
I think they should correct themselves, but still allow Qatar, because I think it's funny. And Tahiti can come too.
I'm with him, except because we all expect FIFA to do the right thing, that clearly means they will blatantly do the exact opposite of this, and the World Cup will still be in Qatar.
It's just like that Spike Lee movie.
You guys have good points,
Right.
but I think you underestimate the fact that Fernando Santos is going to bring Citrosis Nutties or something like that. Anyway, Group E? No, D.
D.
Group D.
Group D.
We
have
how screwed is Costa Rica?
They are very screwed.
How screwed are the Ticos? I feel bad for them. I think they would have at least been able to put up a fight.
England are screwed in this group. I do not see England going through.
No.
Nope.
No.
You know why? Because Italy's just too damn good. Historically, Italy starts slow, but then they always find a way, and they are going to somehow finagle. Is that an Italian word, finagle? Finaglio. They're going to finaglio.
I think it's Dutch.
It is. They're going to finaglio a way out of that group.
I think they're going to spaghetti their way out.
Well, see, here's the thing. How funny is it going to be because Italy plays England in Minau? What?
I was just wondering if we had any Italian listeners.
I only have a last name.
Yeah, Jake Cantonese. Cantonese.
Oh, Cantonese.
Freaking Sangiovese.
It's last name only. That's all I've got.
Hey, it's like me and my French name. Alejandro, very French.
It's not French.
Shut up.
Hey, Hank, I gotta tell you, when I was typing up the game report from last night's game, I was in the press box, and I was like, you know I hang out with Hank too much when I type in, instead of Eric Alexander, I spelt it the way your name's spelt. Like, I hang out with Hank too much.
Way too much.
So, how hilarious is it going to be when Italy loses 3-0, or sorry, England loses 3-0 to Italy in Minau, and they're all going to be like second half goals because England got too tired, and then they're going to complain about the weather? Anyone?
It's going to be pretty hysterical.
I just think it's funny when England loses.
Yeah.
I don't think England's not on the next level. I hate to say it, but England's pretty much in the same the USA is. They expect to get out of the group, but if it doesn't happen, should we be all that surprised? No.
I don't even know if they should expect to get out of this group.
Uruguay is really good.
This is more of a group of death, in my opinion. It's more of a group of death than the USA's group of death.
I don't know. Costa Rica.
In my opinion, the definition of a group of death is one where all 4 teams could get out. I don't think Costa Rica can get out. I don't think England has much of a chance either. And are we all consensus? Italy, Uruguay?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got 1 too. Italy.
I've got Uruguay
1.
But
yeah.
You have Uruguay as your 1?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got Uruguay as my 1. But I mean, would I be shocked if England made it out? I would not be shocked. I don't think it'll happen. I don't think they're talented enough, especially in defense, to deal with Uruguay and Italy in this group. Well, if it had been a different makeup of the group, I could have easily seen them getting out. But this, I don't think they match up very well with either team.
If you look at it historically, England always struggles in warm temperatures. In the 2002 World Cup, England did not score a single second half goal. All their goals were in the first half. The team just gets tired. They're not used to it. They're used to every single player in the England squad is a domestic player. England is not a warm country. They're going to be playing in the middle of the fucking Amazonian rainforest.
Yeah, but it's winter down there.
They also get sunburned really easily, so.
But it's winter down there. I don't understand the problem.
Yeah, no, totally. Me either.
It's like Christmas in Brazil. There's going to be snow and reindeer.
Yeah, they should have moved the World Cup. You're right. It's gonna be too cold there.
Way too cold.
I'm gonna be so bummed when Costa Rica just gets obliterated, like a -10 goal differential. I'm like, they're better.
I wish Sabarino was there so bad.
I'm bummed for Sabo, but you know what? I really don't care that Costa Rica's not gonna make it. I really don't.
Yeah, you should care.
No, I mean, I assumed they weren't gonna make it.
More spots for
probably not going to make it even with Sabo, but it's just I want them to CONCACAF. I want to be nice to CONCACAF. I want to see them at least be at their best and try hard, and they're probably not going to be able to do either, so it's going to suck.
I believe we can win.
I believe
we're going to move on yet.
Yeah, let's do that.
Group E. Why is Switzerland in the tournament?
They're neutral. They probably won't play.
They're neutral. Okay.
They'll probably refuse to play.
How about that? Forget that. How is Switzerland seeded in the tournament, Hank? How did that happen?
I have no idea. Does
anybody
else have France and Honduras?
No.
I have France and Ecuador.
According to the Wall Street Journal, they ran like a ton of simulations on who could win the World Cup, and the Wall Street Journal said that like the 5th most likely team to win the tournament was Switzerland.
Really?
How?
I mean, I don't have them getting out of the group. I got France, Ecuador.
I don't have them getting out of the group.
France.
I've got Ecuador, France in that order.
Vote South America 2014.
I put in Honduras because they're CONCACAF. No, I put in Honduras because last night on Top of the Table TV I said the surprise of the tournament would be Honduras playing the U.S. and they could do it if they beat Argentina in the round of 16, I think. But yeah. Not gonna happen.
Yeah, it's not happening.
Honduras has looked terrible in their warm-up matches.
They have.
They lost to Turkey, and who else did they lose to?
They couldn't score against England, so that's bad.
England couldn't score against them, but
England couldn't score against them either. Yeah, they had a terrible run. They lost to like every game except for the one against England, so they're improving. But you know what they said?
4-2 to Israel, if I remember that one correctly.
Yeah.
Is that Israel? Is that ISR? Is it Israel?
Was that 4-1 or 3-1?
I thought it was
4-2.
4-2?
Was Teddy Ben Beckham playing?
But you know what they say, guys? They say if you have a bad rehearsal right before the night you go on, before you open, you're gonna have a great opening.
No, I think the phrase is, no one can pronounce the capital of Honduras' name. That's what they say.
I was told there'd be no math. Or geography. Sorry.
I look at Switzerland's striking core, they've got just 4 kids.
So?
No one scores on this team. They're only bringing something like, I don't know, 50 career goals, 60 career goals to the World Cup. Most of it's from
Are you on the roster right now?
Yeah.
You're looking at the roster. Do they have a player named Gelson Fernandez?
Yeah.
Yeah. Winning goal against Spain, 2010. Exactly.
He's got 2 international goals. That's one.
Yeah. Well, scored against Spain. They beat Spain.
They're basically they're sort of probably the better version of Greece. We're just going to bunker and play a lot of defense and hope that we win 1-0.
Sorry,
Why not?
Jake said a bad word.
He said the G word?
He said a bad word, Jake.
Said the G word.
Yeah, had to be muted. You can unmute yourself, Jake. I'm sorry. We're going to move on.
Poor Jake. We are going to move on
to the real group of death.
Group G, which stands for Greece.
No, we skipped F.
You skipped F.
Oh.
Yeah, you forgot about Bosnia or Herzegovina.
Herzegovina?
Herzegovina. Trinidad and Tobago.
Who did I have here?
Well, can you tell the listeners who's in the group?
Argentina, Bosnia, Iran, Nigeria.
So the biggest lock of the entire tournament is Argentina to finish top of this group.
Yes. Yeah. I have Argentina going through, and I have the Bosnian
Iran might be the worst team in the entire tournament.
No confidence there. Sorry.
But
None.
Yeah, I don't want to say that they're
Nothing
more
against
obvious.
Steve. Nothing against Steve. Just no confidence in the team.
But politically,
I mean,
the country's pretty
if they
sound.
get a result against Nigeria, it doesn't matter because they're going to lose the other 2 games.
Yeah, Nigeria didn't look so good against U.S.
No, they did not. No, they did not. So we have the Argentina, Bosnia, Herzegovina.
They crossed the
Moving up.
board.
Yep, pretty good. Group G for Germany and Group G for Ghana. I actually have
Sorry, who
USA
else is in this group?
Portugal, who will not make it through, and the United States, who will.
In the Michael Bradley 10.
Michael Bradley will be our savior.
So, in my original bracket, obviously I have Germany winning. I believe the last time Germany did not get out of a group stage in the World Cup, they had a swastika on their flag. And
See, bad things happen when you persecute.
yeah, no, seriously. But also, remember my rule: vote South America 2014, and that's why I have Portugal going through. That's an Arrested Development joke. I had Portugal going through in my original bracket, but honestly, I think I'm going to be changing it to USA, and that's because of the way USA looked against Nigeria, who are the African champions, and who are presumably a comparable team to Ghana. Ghana is probably a lot stronger in the midfield with Essien Mutari and Kevin Prince Boateng, as well as their random other Champions League players. And when I say random, I mean not at all random. But really, I think the key was Portugal. I watched Portugal versus Mexico. Ronaldo wasn't playing, but they looked awful. And Mexico hasn't been playing well lately. Mexico lost to Bosnia 1-0, essentially at home, given that Mexico games in the United States are pretty much home games anyway. And Mexico lost to Portugal, and Portugal, it was kind of lucky. It was just a late goal off of a set piece. Portugal's just didn't look. They looked average. They didn't really have any difference makers, and I wonder how much of a difference Ronaldo can make with his injury. That being said, I thought USA looked really good against Nigeria. I think if USA gets 3 points against Ghana and maybe even beats Portugal as well, then they'll be fine. I have Germany as of now, as of today, as of 6 p.m. Pacific on June the 9th, 2014. I have Germany number 1 and USA number 2. Would you like me to talk for longer, Seth?
Oh, no, I was trying to emphasize the fact that he says 6 p.m.
Yes.
For our viewers who can't hear, I want to make sure they understood that one part.
He spelled 2 a.m. Greenwich Mean Time wrong. Just putting it out there.
We are the only podcast that operates in Greenwich Mean Time.
That's,
as far as we know. There's really no question in my mind that the real group of death here is this with USA. I think they're just a little bit more balanced. I think is the better term. I think they're more balanced than Portugal, and I think that's going to be the difference maker. Plus, if Josie Altidore continues to strike goals like that, second goal he scored against Nigeria, boy, that's nice. That's nice. That might be the last time he scores this year, though, based on his track record to date.
Well, but he does. The one thing about Josie is that when he does score, he usually does it in bunches. He scored 2 against Nigeria. He really only needed to score a couple against Ghana and Portugal, and then I don't care what he does.
Only need him to.
Probably get us out of the group.
That's not a tall order.
Guys, let's not forget that Brad Davis is on this team.
How did that happen again?
We don't know, Hank.
He can hit a nice ball.
He can.
I guess so.
He can.
I guess so. And he's a little bit more versatile than I initially thought he was, but not really. But anyway, we'll see.
Well, just professional soccer player off the bench. That's what you want or that's what I would want off the bench. I would not want someone like a Julian Green who might provide a spark. I'd rather have the player who I know put in professional shift rather than the kid who might screw it up.
I was hoping so bad that Julian Green wouldn't play at all in any of the warm-ups and not until the U.S. made it to the finals, and then Jurgen Klinsmann would start him in the finals. Imagine how funny that'd be.
Like the World Cup final or plural, like
Yeah.
as in.
No, in the World Cup final, the final of the finals. In my fan fiction, that's what happened. Now available for the first one of the pod.
It's some USMNT fan fiction.
Good stuff, guys.
I think we need to move on.
Absolutely.
Take us to the next group, Hank.
I'm I finally got my password reset here, so I'm logging into my bracket. Who's next? Is group
Group H.
So only one left. Only one left.
Belgium, Algeria, Russia, and South Korea.
Oh, I think I've messed around with this one just for fun.
Oh, you had Belgium advancing?
I did, but
That was messing around.
I think I also had my second place team in here was different. I think. What you guys go ahead and see.
So, is this Belgium team good? I mean, I haven't really heard anything about them heading up to the tournament. They haven't. There really hasn't been any media coverage or any people really picking them to do anything. So, I actually do think Belgium's going to finish number one. I think Russia is our number 2 team, even though their captain just got hurt. Actually, the team I like least in this group, oddly enough, is South Korea. If you look at their roster, it's not that good. I think the Algerian roster is actually significantly better than the South Korean roster. I would not be surprised if Algeria advanced. And I know that's not a very popular opinion given the way they looked 4 years ago and how they basically played for a tie, even though they had to win against the U.S. by multiple goals. I didn't get that. But, I mean, they got some good players. They have some good players.
Yeah, I had Russia going through as well.
Okay.
Yep.
Standard.
Yeah, I thought I did something different. I was maybe toying with South Korea. I did really zero research on any of these teams.
Nice. That's the way to do it.
Yeah, just going with gut here. Going with gut instinct, and it usually pays off big dividends for me.
Not everyone can be an expert and know all the players like Seth can. I mean, not everyone's like that, you know.
I mean, when I'm looking at South Korea's roster, they got Kim Boy-Kyu, who's a pretty good player.
He's got that cartoon about him. Right?
Let's also keep in mind that South Korea is the only team here that have hosted a World Cup.
Interesting. But that won't be true in 4 years' time.
Yeah, but I think Russia is going to be a little naive about how to host a World Cup, and they're going to be too nervous, too focused right now on how to. They're already thinking 4 years in the future, you know, and they're going to get distracted. And South Korea is going to take them.
Oh, that's not good.
I just really wanted to see a fat Andre Arshavin in the World Cup. I want to see him score a goal and then.
Fat Ronaldo.
You might want to change that South Korea pick.
What happened?
They lost 4-0 to Ghana today.
Oh, I saw that.
I didn't pick South Korea.
Oh, okay, good.
I did, and I will now change it.
Jordan Ayew with a hat trick.
Nice. Wait, that's not even the good Ayew, brother. That's not even the
good
good
Ayew, brother. With the goal off the bench.
Did they break Guillon's leg though? At least did they do something like Taekwondo on these guys? Because that was their job.
Seth, do you still have the South Korea roster up?
No. I've moved on.
I was going to ask you if Cha Du-rai was still on the team, but he may have retired. I don't know. He's good, though.
Jake, who do you have in that group?
I went with the boring pick, like everyone else. Belgium and Russia. I just, as much as I like Evan's enthusiasm for Algeria, and I do think that they are a little more experienced than we want to give them credit for, I still remember that complete turtle job they did against the USA, and I don't remember them very fondly.
What does that have to do with this World Cup?
I don't think they play any different. I think that's how they play. They are a 100% bunkering team.
Have you seen them play since then?
I saw them play one game last year. Forget
really?
What it was though. Yeah.
Jake, do you get him?
Random beIN Sports game. They were playing in one of the competitions. I don't remember what it is.
The African Cup of Nations.
African Cup of Nations.
No, I don't think it was the African Cup of Nations. I think it was the other one, which is why I can't remember because there's two.
The other one.
Yeah,
what
there's
the
like.
Fuck are you
there's two of them.
Which you don't know.
Yeah, there's two of them.
I think it might have been the Caribbean Cup.
There's an African Cup of Nations, and then there's World Cup qualifying.
No. There's something else in Africa. I looked it up. I didn't know what it was.
Okay, show this to me. I have no idea what
The
you're talking
Copa
about.
de Nacional de Africa?
I'm trying to find it because it was Nigeria who played in it. And I remember going, I don't know what that is, but it's not the African Nations Cup.
Nigeria won. You look it up. We're going to move on to the next round. Do we want to get in the next round?
Sure.
Yeah.
All
Well, we
right.
all have different choices at this point, but yeah, let's do it.
All right. So, we'll do the. How about we do it like quarter by quarter? We'll start with groups A through D. Okay. So we had Brazil. I had Brazil and Netherlands going through, and then Ivory Coast and Italy. And because Italy is Italy, I have them beating Ivory Coast, and I have Brazil going through into the second round. Brazil and Italy will meet.
Oh, in the quarterfinal. Oh, okay, so I see what you're doing. You had the first place teams from A and D, and then the second place teams from B and C. Is that correct?
Well, actually, I have Italy as the second place team.
Oh, okay. So the first place teams from A and C, and
Maybe
then
we should just name our final four.
no, but I can't think about it that way. So I see what you're doing. Yeah, for me it's Brazil over Chile and second place team. So Italy over Colombia.
No, you
No,
guys
that's
are.
wrong.
Yeah, that's all. Yeah.
No, Colombia over Italy.
No, Colombia isn't
I
playing
found it.
Italy.
Yeah, they would.
Oh, they
The
could. I don't know.
African Nations Championship. I crap you not.
That's not a real tournament.
No, it might not be.
Is that like the Europa League of the like the African Cup of Nations is the Champions League?
It's completely broken. That's all I know.
It sounds like one of those kind of makeshift events that you got to pay some bills. You know, sell some tickets to cheat the players. Well, good work on that research, Jake.
It looks broken because half the teams don't even make it. It's weird. It's done by like regions. So like you'll have like Cameroon got eliminated in qualify. Like it's very strange. Like a lot of the top teams either don't care or just don't make it. And Nigeria and like it's not even seeded. Nigeria and Ivory Coast played each other.
We can argue that the World Cup's not even seeded. So
It is though.
but not really. Switzerland's a seed. End of story.
Yeah, that's a problem.
Mexico was a seed in 2006.
I think it was Evan who had Brazil and Colombia in the top left corner. I agree with that.
All right.
Brazil over Chile, Colombia over Italy.
I have Brazil and Italy. Seth, what do you have?
Can I just tell you my final four? Because I'm really confused right now.
That's a good idea.
Okay, we'll skip the final four. That's kind of cool.
Sure.
My final four is Brazil, Germany, Italy, and Argentina.
Boo.
Wow. Italy?
Wait, say that again?
I have Brazil, Germany, Italy, and Argentina. I also have Mexico.
Brazil and
I have
Italy. will
Mexico
not-
beating Spain.
You can't have Brazil and Italy in the final four.
Yeah, well, yes, I can. I'm looking at my bracket right
Yes,
now.
you can. If Italy's the second seed and beats Spain.
I also have Trinidad and Tobago winning the cup.
Interesting. You know, that would be that's actually a really good pick for odds. You might get some really good action on that.
Can you stop being a dick?
I'm sorry.
Me? It's impossible. I can't.
How can Italy? Italy's going to play Brazil. How can they go through?
No, Italy. If Italy wins Group D, they're on the other side of the bracket.
Yeah. That's
I see.
He's got Italy in D1.
So you got Italy winning D1? Okay.
Yeah. Division I football.
And
All right,
that
I'm
means-
filling up
that
my
means
bracket
you have
right
them
now.
beating Spain in the quarterfinals.
No, I have Mexico beating Spain.
What?
Listen, it's my world, guys. Let me live in my fantasy.
You have
I will
qualifying-
100%
getting out of the group.
I will always agree with Seth. You must fill out a bracket that if it happens, you win the tournament.
Yes.
There's no
Wait,
point
wait.
filling out a bracket like the one I have,
Guys,
which
90%.
is going to lose if it actually happens, because it won't happen. And
What do you
two,
wait? What do you mean if you lose when it? What?
If you win the bracket, you
if
win
your
the
bracket hits perfect,
Yeah.
it's or mostly perfect, it'll win. You need to do something completely stupid, like having Mexico beat Spain, to win the bracket because no one else would reasonably think of doing it.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
I see. I get it.
So
you actually,
my stupid thing
I don't
is I
actually
have
play
Bosnia
against other people.
semifinals.
You have who?
Bosnia and Herzegovina semifinals.
Okay, can you explain why? Oh, because it's stupid? Sorry. Yeah, okay, never
Well,
mind.
that and I don't think Germany's going to win at all because I think they've got too many injuries and that's going to catch up to them.
Too many injuries. Who's hurt besides Royce?
All right, guys, I made a league.
I thought they had a whole bunch.
Cool.
We have a league.
Yep.
Anyway,
Name one player hurt besides Royce. I'm just
I don't
kidding, Jake. I'm just kidding.
I just thought they had a couple
What's
more
the
guys
league?
that were hurt. Didn't I don't know. So yeah, just on my own
AASP league. AASP league.
ASP League.
ASP
All right, I'll
League,
join
that's
that in a
on-
second.
I'm
That's
gonna
on
invite
MLS
you
Soccer.
It's the Capri Sun Challenge.
Yep, I'm there.
Oh God.
All right, I just sent it out on Twitter too.
Wait, you meant it on MLSsoccer.com?
Yep.
You're not using ESPN?
I am the only member in this league. How is that possible?
Some amateur shit. Hey, Seth, how are you not even in the league?
I
Oh,
laughed.
you are.
I laughed. It's lame.
I see, Seth. That's good. All
Oh,
right.
your name's Henry 5.
Go figure.
Why wasn't it Hisco?
I think this means I have to create an account.
It's 'cause
on
my MLS
I don't
Soccer-
think I had one before.
My MLS Soccer account screwed up, so I had to change it.
I posted it on my Facebook and on Twitter.
All right, I'll join in a second. But I just figured out my bracket. All right, so you said top left in the quarterfinals. That's where we're on. I got Brazil, Colombia in the quarterfinals.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what Seth has.
Okay. Damn it, Seth.
Yeah. Anyone who wins the AASP league gets to finish the rest of these peanuts.
And the rest of my popcorn.
Yep.
And my ice.
Cool.
Jake, what do you have to offer?
Hold on.
And my axe.
There you go.
I think I got a half empty bag of Cheetos over here somewhere.
There you go.
Can they eat the ball in that poster behind you?
I have a kind of a snotty napkin here too. You can have that too.
Oh, that sounds great. Can I have the snot part?
So
Okay, wait. So are we choosing our final four? That's what we said.
Yeah.
All right, I got Brazil and Germany in one semifinal, and Uruguay, Argentina in the other.
That's what I have.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Damn it!
Guys, Tyler Trent has joined our league.
Yes.
Grown to 3.
We-
All right, hang on.
Actually, wait. Okay.
Must
Say
have
that
been
again.
popcorn.
We need to post this to our
Say yours
Facebook.
again.
Oh, my final four, and one side is Brazil, Germany, and the other side is Uruguay, Argentina.
Ooh, okay.
And I got Argentina over Brazil in the final. By the way, all South American final would probably be the best thing ever. Just to let you know.
Only because I want to see it. I'm rooting for a Spain-Brazil final.
Why?
Just-
Why?
I want to see it again. I don't think the Confederations Cup was a good final. I want to see a good
That was a great final.
match between those two. Nah, I don't think it was good.
I actually really liked.
Wait, who'd you
not
have?
gonna lie,
You had
Fred.
Brazil. You had Brazil, Uruguay, Germany, and Argentina.
Me?
Yes, you.
Yeah, and one half
Okay,
is
I have
Germany, Brazil, and the other
I have
Uruguay.
Brazil,
Argentina.
Spain, Germany, and Argentina.
Oh, Uruguay's totally beating Spain in the quarterfinals. Book it.
I don't know.
Book it. Luis Suarez is going to bite off Fernando Torres' head, even though Torres is going to be on the bench. Diego Costa is going to get hurt in the first 7 minutes of whatever group game they play, and they're going to get subbed out. Spain is David Villa is going to be too busy taking human rights offenders money from NYCFU and whatever that Australian team that he's going to is their Australian affiliate. Manchester City has like their minor league affiliate. It's their AAA is NYCFC, and then their AA is whatever that team in Australia is.
Melbourne. Haha.
Melbourne City FC.
I knew something over Evan.
Yeah.
Besides my vast knowledge of Greece.
There's a first time for everything.
What?
Man, the prima donna just took over this show.
Yeah.
Oh.
Rant was epic. You guys excited about David Villa?
Who?
I mean, kind of, I guess. I don't
I think
know.
it's good. I like it.
All right. All right, I'm about to my picks. Why is it a Capri Sun leaderboard? That's stupid.
That's really weird.
All right, Brazil 1, Croatia 2, Spain 1, Chile 2.
I mean, this is bound to happen at some point. Being forced to sign up to the MLSsoccer.com thing.
Just do it through Google. That's what I did.
Google.
Like a Gmail.
Yeah. No, I did it through Facebook.
Oh,
Like, yeah. Yeah, I want them to know stuff about me.
Facebook as well. So, Seth, I changed the name of my my bracket.
Let's go FIFA Prez. I like that.
There you go.
Is that like when Grant Wall ran?
Yeah, I said I'm gonna win.
All right, fuck it. I'm sorry. I was gonna say I'm picking Algeria as my number 2 team in Group H.
Oh, I did that.
Screw you guys. Screw all you guys.
You're just copying me.
Screw you guys. I'm going home.
Drop the
South
mic.
Park reference.
Wait, I'm already home.
So what's the score in the final?
Ooh, dude, I think the final is going to be high scoring because it's in South America and no one cares about defense in South America except for Uruguay.
So it's gonna be Brazil, Uruguay, is what you're saying?
Yeah, that's what I've got Brazil, Uruguay.
So how many goals scored total?
5.
5.
It's going to be 5-0 Argentina.
But you just
No,
said Brazil, Uruguay.
Wait, no, I got Brazil, Argentina in the final. Sorry.
Okay, sorry.
Uruguay's not making the final,
Okay.
but they're
Okay.
beating Spain.
No. I've got Brazil, Spain in the final with a 2-2 tie going to penalty kicks.
Actually, the penalty kicks are going to go so long that everyone's going to cramp up, and they're just going to have a drawing of lots to determine. Did you know in the 1958 World Cup, and this is true. I looked this up. In the 1958 World Cup, if the final was tied after 90 minutes, there would be a replay. If that replay was tied after 90 minutes, there'd be another replay. If that replay, the third total match, not the third replay, so the second replay was tied after 90 minutes, the winner would have been decided by a drawing of lots.
Wow.
I'm not kidding.
Wait, I was listening to Extra Time Radio a couple weeks back, and they were talking about how 2 teams shared a championship. I don't think it was the FIFA World Cup though. Was it Euros?
No, it may have been. I believe it was a Copa America.
Maybe.
There may have been shared Copa America. The Copa America has been around, yeah, obviously for next 2 years from now it'll be 100 years. So it's by far you look up they have so many ridiculous stats. It's like and like not every team played every time. And the history of the Copa America is actually really fun to look up. But yeah, it's like Uruguay is the most winningest Copa America winner with like 15. They have like 15 trophies, which is insane. And then Argentina has 14, and then Brazil has like 7. Actually, I believe the only South American teams to never have won the Copa America are Chile and Venezuela. I think every other team's won it. It's just weird that Chile hasn't.
They play baseball in Venezuela.
Yeah, but Venezuela's actually kind of good. They finished 6th. They finished ahead of Peru. They finished ahead of Bolivia. They finished ahead of Paraguay.
I actually saw them play Brazil a couple of years ago at Gillette Stadium, and they won. They beat Brazil.
That was the game. That was the Matt Reese game against FC Dallas. After that, where he stood on his head.
Yeah.
Before or after.
We all dream of a team of Matt Reese. A team of Matt Reese.
Hey, do you think it's too late to get him back?
Bobby did excellent yesterday when he was running into Andy Dorman.
I thought that was outstanding play. An outstanding play. And also that other long-range shot. Again, bam! He just seems to just magically be in the wrong place. Or slow, or something. Anyway, this just turned into a Reds rant. Are we done with the World Cup?
Oh, no, Golden Boot winner.
Golden Boot winner. Well, how did it go? Lionel Messi.
Lionel Messi?
No, sorry, change it. Take it back. Josie Altidore.
Jake, who's your Golden Boot winner?
Wait.
Hang on.
Okay, wait. Hank, who's your Golden Boot winner, real Golden Boot winner, and how many goals? How many goals?
Fat Ronaldo.
Fat Ronaldo.
And a diaper. I didn't realize he wore diapers.
Fernandez was 6.
Who?
Fernandez.
Javier?
The kid from Uruguay. What was his name?
What?
The kid from Uruguay.
Luis Suarez?
Not Suarez.
No, the other kid.
The
I know
kid.
what he's talking about. I don't know his name.
The one we
Cavani?
talked about earlier.
Diego
Luis Su-
Fagundes.
No, he's not playing in this.
Oh,
World
you mean
Cup.
the Swiss player Gelson Fernandez who scored the winner against Spain?
Yes. That Fernandez.
So he's your real Golden Boot
Golden
winner.
Boot winner.
Okay, it's on lock. Jake, who do you have? And
Six.
make it a real pick.
6
I'll
goals.
go Edin Dzeko with 6.
That's right, because Bosnia is making the semifinals. Wait, and
Yeah,
here's
right.
a question, Jake. Are they winning or losing in the third place game?
I have them winning in third place game just for fun.
Against whom?
Argentina.
Okay, I don't agree, but go, Seth.
Balotelli with 5.
5 goals. All right, I've got Luis Suarez with 8. It's going to happen. 8 goals. We haven't seen 8 goals since 2002 Ronaldo, and before then, I'm trying to think. It was 98.
Brazil Ronaldo,
It was
wasn't it not?
Yeah. 98, Davor Suker had 6, and 94, Oleg Salenko and Stoichkov had 6. 1990, Scalacci was 6.
Who was the guy from
It's been
France
a
with
long-ass
15?
time. What's that?
Who was the guy from France with 15 at one tournament?
13, Jules Fontaine.
That's him.
He's actually from Morocco, weird enough. But I'm trying to think. The last time anyone scored more than 8, I believe, was Eusebio in 1966 when he had 9. But I think Luis Suarez is just on another level. Luis Suarez is going to bag a hat trick against Costa Rica, score a couple against England, Italy as well, and then the way that I have them moving through the bracket against Ivory Coast, he's good for a couple. He may not score against Spain or Argentina or Germany in the third place game, but with the way I have Uruguay progressing in the tournament, I totally have Suarez as the leading scorer with 8.
I agree, actually. Suarez, Uruguay.
Nice, because you also had them making the semifinals.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I had them actually not make. I had them losing to Spain.
In the quarters. Oh, that's right.
How many?
All right,
They're going to be playing 5 games, and you figure if he scores 3 against Costa Rica and then a combined 5 goals against everyone else, that's certainly plausible.
Yeah, no, definitely. All right, here's a question for you guys. Who leads the U.S. in goal scoring and how many?
Yes, I was going to ask that. It's going to be Fabian Johnson.
Dude, that goal that he scored was one of the nicest goals I've seen in a long time.
He's honestly probably been the most dynamic attacker, like coming out of that wing. Like he's just been creating chances. I've been so impressed by his play.
No, he's a really good player, but
I always
Josie
said
with 3.
Josie with 3.
Yeah, Fabian Johnson. It's such a shame we have to play him at right back because I think if he was on the left wing, he would just kill it.
Doesn't he play right back for Hoffenheim?
Our new and
he does now. Yeah.
Soon he's about to play for Borussia Mönchengladbach. But Jake, we already have a left midfielder. His name is Jermaine Jones. I don't know if you saw the game against Nigeria.
You know what? I am very confused by all these things, but Klinsmann is. I don't want to say he's throwing crap at the wall and it's sticking, but he's throwing crap against the wall and it's sticking. And
is that what getting results is called? In winning
Apparently
games
it is.
Against World Cup teams?
He's been smarter than us. That's just the way it is.
You know what? And I'm coming to the realization that he must be because I don't understand how any of this stuff works. The roster composition I think is terrible, but at the same time, there's no way that silly little Christmas tree formation should ever work, and it did. I don't think we'll see it in the World Cup.
Disagree. It's gonna happen.
But Michael Bradley needs. But Kyle Beckerman needs to start. I don't care what happens. As long as Kyle Beckerman's on the field with Michael Bradley, I can live with whatever else Klinsmann does.
Jake, who's your top scorer in the World Cup for USA?
I was going to say Michael Bradley with 2 because I think there will be a lot of individuals who score for the USA and not one player in particular. But if Josie did get on a tear and get like 3 or 4, I wouldn't be shocked.
So here's some relevant statistics. Other than Landon Donovan, no U.S. player in the modern era has scored more than 2 goals in a World Cup.
Right.
And that was done. Brian McBride in 2002, he scored 2, and then 3 goals total. No U.S. player scored in 3 different World Cups. No U.S. player,
except for Clint Dempsey. Clint Dempsey will be the first one.
No U.S. player has had a multi-goal game for the U.S. since the first hat trick ever in the World Cup, and that was Bert Patnaud. No U.S. forward has scored since 2002, Brian McBride against Mexico. I'm trying to think of other
Clint
statistics.
Dempsey scored in 2006.
That's if you don't.
He was
count
at before. He was
dominant
playing right midfield. Dempsey was playing
No,
right
I
midfield.
know. I know, but I mean that's like those guys are pseudo midfielders anyway.
What is that?
But
What
I know what you mean.
It's called a pseudo midfielder if you play on the wing. Anyway,
Well,
and Hank, you said Josie with 3. Who do you say, Seth?
Clint Dempsey with 1 own goal. No, Clint Dempsey with 2.
Yeah, I think it's going to be Dempsey. I think he's going to have a multi-goal game. You know, Clint Dempsey has actually scored in every single international soccer tournament that he's played in. 2005, 7, and 11 Gold Cups. 2006 and 10 World Cups, 2009 Confederations Cup, but the only one of those tournaments where he has multiple goals actually was 11 Gold Cup, where he had 3, and then he had 3 goals at the 2009 Confederations Cup as well. I think Dempsey's just going to score goals. I think that we're going to see the first multi-goal game in modern World Cup history for U.S. player, and Dempsey's going to score 2 against Ghana.
Plus, Evan, I don't know if you saw it, but he had a pretty sweet nutmeg move. There's a vine of it online.
Shut up. I thought Dempsey was unlucky. I don't know if you guys saw the Nigeria game. He juked the crap out of that one guy. He didn't end up finishing it, but he sort of just cut the ball into his left, and the guy just had nothing. And yeah, Josie got the goals, but you know when it comes to big moments, big tournaments, Dempsey, as long as he's not playing against Mexico, Dempsey always will deliver. So
the thing about Dempsey that as he's getting, I guess, older, I don't know, maybe he's always done this, but it seems more obvious to me now that he's being a lot more flamboyant, a lot more kind of reckless. And granted, it's a friendly. I don't give a crap. It's a friendly. You can do this stuff. But if he starts doing those kinds of back heels to nobody in the World Cup, I'm going to start getting pretty mad.
Well, you know what I think it was, honestly, and not that he's played poorly, but I think it's when he started doing that when he moved back to MLS because the speed of play was slower, and so I mean you didn't see that in his game at Fulham, you didn't see that in his game at Tottenham. At those 2 places, he wasn't trying to, he wasn't, as Bruce Arena said, trying shit. He was making simple passes, and he was getting into the box, and he was scoring goals. And then you noticed it when he started playing with Seattle again. He was trying to take on multiple defenders at the same time. He was losing the ball in weird situations. His decision making still isn't amazing. That one he had one back heel against Nigeria just in the middle of the field, and it's like, why are you trying that? That you do those sorts of moves in the attacking third. There's nothing wrong with trying that nutmeg against that defender in the Turkey game, but there is something wrong with trying to dribble in your own defensive third. I mean, we saw that with Ricardo Clark in 2010. You just don't do that, right? And I honestly think I don't think the move to MLS has hurt him necessarily. I just think it's sort of changed the style of play, and he's fallen back on bad habits. But then again, he's still being creative, and I'm always all for players being creative, but only in the right spots of the field, which is obviously the attacking third. So.
Well, that's why I kind of thought we saw in the second game that we were going to see Dempsey and Altidore up top because Dempsey was that kind of creative guy that was moving around trying things, and Altidore was that just big guy who held the ball. So that's what I kind of thought we were going to see, especially with like Graham Zusi and Brad Davis, because all they were kind of doing was trying to hit that ball over the top, and either Dempsey's going to speed onto it or Altidore's going to bring it down. I'm kind of glad that we're not going to see it because Nigeria game was much more fun and much more, I thought there was much more fluid as far as the play goes. But I thought Jurgen was going to go, and we might see it against certain opponents, but I thought he was going to go a little bit more defensive like we saw in that second game.
No, I think the formation he used against Nigeria is going to be the formation that you see in the World Cup, and I think the reason why for that is you look at the way Ghana plays. They play with the five midfielders, and all 5 of their midfielders are Champions League players. Yeah, that is the strength of their team. Is Asamoah Gyan, he's good, but he's not. He plays for a team in the UAE, right? He plays for Al something. I believe that it's the team Al Kahal. But well, that's actually the alcohol is an Arabic word.
So I want to know, do you guys have soccer fever yet?
What's that?
Not yet. In 3 days I will.
This is the new advertisement on the Apple iPhone. They have.
Is that an iPhone or is that an 8-track, Hank? I can't tell.
This is actually an iPhone 3GS.
Those still exist?
This one does. Because you know what? It's on this iPhone 3GS,
What?
which makes it extra special.
No, I'm waiting though.
A sliding keyboard like the phone I'm currently showing to my camera right now.
Oh God, Jake, what is that?
Yeah, this
Put
one
that down.
has.
Put that down, Jake.
Jake, can you play a laser disc with that?
You know what? If you give me enough parts from Radio Shack, I probably could. It shouldn't be that hard to convert.
So I just have to scroll back here to May of 2013 and look at my text from. Oh, there it is, Taylor Twellman. So this was I'm coming out of a soccer game at Gillette Stadium. Started chatting. I sent a text to Taylor because I had his number from a podcast, and I said,
Hold on. Let me pick that name up really quick.
Yeah.
All right, I got it.
"You got that?"
Yeah.
I said, "Taylor, what the fuck is up with New England? Is this on the coach or what?" His response, "Who's this?"
All right, never mind.
Yeah, that's awesome. Worth it.
We're totally seeing that formation against Ghana. Nigeria was picked because stylistically they're similar. They have Nigeria allegedly has strong players in the midfield, like John Obi Mikel. And sorry, Jake, I'll let you finish after this. But one thing that I also thought was a promising sign was you had up on the left side Victor Moses playing. Victor Moses hasn't been playing a lot for Liverpool this year, but he is a very good player. And he was very good in the African Cup of Nations in 2013, I believe it was. I watched most of that tournament. But the thing about that, why I was positive, is because he didn't really do a lot, and Fabian Johnson sort of shut him down. I'm not saying that Victor Moses is sort of a Cristiano Ronaldo type, but he's sort of a similar type of player, a right-footed player playing on the left side, good with both feet, good at taking players one-on-one, and Victor Moses, to hold him relatively silent, obviously he scored a goal, but it was on a penalty, is really promising for the U.S. team going against maybe an 80-90% Ronaldo in the heat of Manaus. So things are looking positive, I think.
And the Christmas tree formation as well, and I don't have a very positive view of Jermaine Jones, but that's because I think he's a terrible partner for Michael Bradley in the center of the midfield. But it's still sort of we're going to put our best 11 guys on the field, and maybe it's not the perfect formation, but it's still our best 11 players, and there's still a certain strength of saying, these are our best 11 players, and you now have to beat us with your best 11 and your formation and that sort of setup. But I think Jermaine Jones on the left.
That's a Christmas tree?
No, none of us could see that.
Oh, hang on.
I'll
make it darker.
I'll make it darker.
Can you draw a fat Siggy?
No. Jake, I don't know if those are the U.S.'s best 11 players. I don't think I would put Kyle Beckerman. I like Kyle Beckerman a lot. I don't think I would put him among the top 11 U.S. best players. I think it is the best formation. And honestly, I thought Jermaine Jones was very good on against Nigeria. And not only that, but no short corners. Greg Seltzer had him as the highest-rated U.S. player on MLSsoccer.com.
I wouldn't. And again,
Greg Seltzer know about soccer.
A lot.
I'm kidding. I'm being facetious.
I've just seen.
It's the Star of David. It's the Star of David. That's what that is.
It's not a
but see,
Christmas tree.
That's what they said.
Snickers.
That's what they said. That's what they said the formation was going to be on ESPN, but that's not what the formation looked like. If you saw them defensively, it was a Christmas tree. It looked like a Christmas tree, and I kept pointing out when the ESPN.
So instead of that, okay. So hang on.
Now,
keep talking.
Was Beckerman in the middle of this?
Yeah, it was the back four, right? And then you had
Jones on the left,
Beckerman, Jones, Bedoya as the 3, and then Bradley, Dempsey as the 2, and then up top Josie Altidore. That's what it looked like defensively.
And even if Bradley drops back into that and it plays a little more like a 4-1-4-1,
like that,
there it is, Hank. That's still not a bad thing, I don't think, for the U.S.
But that's not what has happened. What was happening actually most often
this is
was
what they advertised.
Yeah,
that was wrong.
And this is what we got.
Exactly. Yes. And the thing that I noticed
because Bradley, right here in the middle.
Yeah.
Bradley.
No, Bradley's one of the 2.
Bradley was this guy.
No, he wasn't. That was Beckerman. Bradley was higher up. In the defensive formation, it was Bradley and Dempsey up here, and what was changing was that actually at times Dempsey was going all the way up top and Josie was going down left.
Josie was going left. I got that. Yep.
Yeah, and then Bradley was the other guy because they want Bradley. Bradley's the most talented passer on the team. They want Bradley in space with time with the ball at his feet. Obviously, you saw in the last 2 games that paid dividends with Fabian Johnson's goal against Turkey and Josie Altidore's second goal against Nigeria. That's just Bradley in space. He'll make that happen. He'll make the decisive pass. And that's what the team is trying to do. They're trying to free him up, and I also think that they're trying to take the workload off of the one up front by having Josie and Dempsey switch, as well as Josie is actually very good when he attacks from a wide position, but they're trying to get that switched up as well. So a lot of different things they can throw at the defense. You know, when you have Dempsey up top, you're better in the air, but not as good at holding up the ball with your feet, and vice versa with Josie when you switch those two. Defensively, Josie offers you more, but you know, they can each rest, and Josie can go out wide and collect the ball that way. I think it's a brilliant formation. You know, assuming that you know, it doesn't just completely get exposed by like Cristiano Ronaldo or allegedly Jordan Ayew. You know, the bad Ayew brother. Actually, well, there's he's the medium Ayew brother. But
I dropped a hat trick against South Korea for what that's worth.
Well, Andre Ayew's the good Ayew brother, and then there's one that's not on the roster.
It's like the Ream brothers. It's Matt and Tim are the real good soccer players.
Yeah.
And there's that other guy.
No, it's actually true. Out of those 3 Reams, I am the worst soccer player.
Mm-hmm.
Matt is better than I am.
We know.
Oh, you've seen us play?
I've seen
me play. I was actually wearing this shirt when we played.
I'm with you, Evan. I like the dynamic action that
How do you remember what shirt you were wearing when we played soccer?
I have a really good memory. I don't know if you've noticed.
I have noticed. It's kind of
and Jake, if we're agreeing on something, that probably means it's terrible. It's a terrible idea.
If we've got a point in the show where you guys are agreeing with each other, then we need to hang up.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
Probably true. But I mean, Evan's it's a good it's not so much I'm giving Evan credit. I'm also giving Jurgen Klinsmann credit.
Wait, I came up with that formation, Jake. I came up with that formation. How can you not give me the credit?
This is my formation.
I know.
Show us your diary.
My formation.
Do we
reinverting the pyramid?
Do we have any viewers?
That's a dreidel.
We have 2 viewers.
2 viewers.
Dreidel.
Interesting.
No, it's a 5-man forward line. It works every time.
That's the 1950 5-forward formation, is it not?
70% of the time, it works all the time.
Exactly.
All right, are we done, guys?
Number 2 on the first 11.
Once you start quoting Anchorman, you kind of have to end.
I know you have to save your voice, Evan.
I do. That's right. Hopefully,
you better have some more popcorn. Make some more popcorn.
I will.
Players to be named later tonight were Evan Ream, Jake Cadnese, Seth Maycomber. I'm Hank. Check out First 11 Pod coming up later tonight. You guys don't do that live, though. You really should think about that. That would be fun.
Oh,
and it would expose
so much editing.
Hours.
So much editing that goes on.
It would take hours. It would be like going to watch a live viewing episode of The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Do you know how do you know how bad Abram is at reading the topic? Like seriously, half the time it's Abram stumbling over the same thing. It's like I don't know if he's dyslexic or something, but he just can't do it. And Abram, if you're watching, I don't regret saying any of this. Can I? What? Go ahead.
Did you see his little thing for Gulf Coast Armada that he did?
Yeah, that was sick.
It was
awesome.
I'm really glad. But when he was doing like the intros, like, my name is Abram Chamberlain. I am a writer, podcaster, and blogger. And it's like, oh my god! It's just like, yeah, he worked on it. It was good. But you know, if you know Abram like we know Abram, you can tell when he's reading.
I thought I was the one with the monotone, but out of the two of us. I just like to. I have one plug. I'd like to plug Nike. I don't know if you guys have heard of them. I bought some Hyper Venoms today. They fit really nice. Yeah,
Why?
They fit real nice.
Are you wearing them right now? Can you show
Wait,
them?
which level price Hypervenoms?
Oh, I always get the top level because they last for the longest.
Yeah, I do too.
But I got the Hyper Venoms. I have really wide feet, and they fit nicer than. I haven't tried them out yet. I'm going to play an actual pickup soccer game in about an hour and a half, but. They fit really nice, and I'm excited to try them. So thank you, Nike, for sending me those for free. And by that I mean I paid like $200 for them.
Yeah,
I got a pair of
that's the part where I say
$40 Nikes.
$200 is a good investment if it lasts you like 2 or 3 years. I still
I can go through maybe a pair of shoes every year and a half at a third of the cost.
Yeah, but then you don't get as good. See, the main thing I like is I get the shoes where when it rains, it doesn't soak through the bottom of your feet, and you have to get the good ones for that. Got to get the good ones.
Well, I want to see some evidence of how great your game is. So I get somebody to videotape you.
Yeah, no, I got a mixtape coming up. Abrams
Nice.
down here in Davis, California, to film it. He's going to say, I'm going to read off a paper. My name is Evan Ream, and I like the Nike Hyper Venoms. And
this episode brought to you by
Under Pressure,
Kinetic.
coming down on me.
3, 2, 1. Say goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.